So here I'm just checking out the pods again and double checking them for problems, mold or anything like that on it. The sites disagree as to whether or not if it's the bruchid beetle having bored a hole, which comes from the inside, not from the outside, is a problem. You can look at the site and make your own choice. The best bet is to pick perfect pods. Bust them up into little pieces. If they're dry enough, they should just snap. They should make a real distinct snapping noise. See that? So they can just be broken up into little pieces. Oop. This one's borderline. See, it's got a little bit of bend to it, which would be a real problem if we were grinding it. Not so much of a problem if you're making molasses out of it. You don't have to dry them to make molasses out of them. Just harvest them, break them in, double check them, look for perfect pods, look for coloration is one thing. You can see that all the speckles that are on this right now, that's different colorations. That's not mold or anything. That's that's part of the pod. They're really beautiful. It's kind of a purplish red veins, and that's fructose sugar according to the websites. Very nutritious. And then if you break one open and look inside, you see it's pithy. And there's a little seed in there. The seed is really, really hard and got a lot of protein in it. See that once you bust them open. Called the candy bar of the desert by some people because you can just eat them. Be enough to keep you going if that's all you had. In their raw form, they're a little gassy. I wouldn't eat too many of them. I've read that 190 degrees, heating them, processing them at 190 degrees, makes them more digestible and therefore less gassy. So, solar oven, or in this case, molasses, will take care of that. So that's it. Bust them up. 4 times as much water as pods. Cook them for about 2-3 hours and strain them if you want milk. Cook them for about 12 hours to, many days if you want to keep adding milk or adding water and reducing them. And then strain it, and you can end up with something that's almost like a liqueur. Just keep reducing it. I've done that in a solar oven over a period of 3 days with really good results, and ended up with a Kahlua-like. I'll let you know how these turn out. All mesquite trees are different, so when you're picking them, always make sure you're tasting the pods. And only pick the ones from the trees that produce sweet, which are probably going to have a lot of this coloration on it. A lot of reds, a lot of purples. Very pretty. The velvet mesquite is a good one. The honey mesquite tends to be a little bit more flavorful.